Hello, my name is Slight, and this is going to be an uncut run with commentary of the new way that I am trying to play Gunfire Reborn. One thing to consider before watching this video is that I'm not sure if I'm going to start playing Gunfire Reborn again, but the new update did come with some interesting changes to the game, and there have been some interesting changes up until this point that have made these couple games that I've played pretty fun. So the way that I'm currently playing the game is Reincarnation 8 with Mysterious Jokul turned on. And what you're going to see is that I actually don't take a starting blessing. So Mysterious Jokul actually allows you to exchange a blessing on the third, before you go into Act 4. And so the way that I've really been enjoying playing the game currently is by basically looking at it as, okay, every time I beat an act, that's when I get a blessing. And those blessings, I'm only getting to pick from 3, so I don't have that overpowered starting blessing. And this has been really challenging and fun and doesn't feel very unfair. It really feels like I'm being kind of pushed to my limits. You'll still see me avoid some overpowered stuff here. There's certain ways to win the game that I would prefer not to win. But the changes to explosion, or combustion rather, and the changes to miasma have been quite good, and so I've been, feeling okay using miasma. It hasn't felt nearly as overpowered. There are some challenges that, miasma still beats, even though it really shouldn't. Like the minus 90% damage unless you use the foundry. Well, miasma still does 100% damage. And then there's one that's like the more elemental effects to a person, the less damage they take. Well, miasma still does 100% damage to them. So it's like, okay, you apply 2 elemental effects and kill the person. I feel like that's not quite the expectation. So I'm playing on my laptop here. Don't have access to my desktop at the moment, probably for another month or so. So you're going to hear a lot of key clicks, and if you still want to watch, you're welcome to watch. Let's randomize our starting hero here. I've got a really fun way to do this. All right, now I'm not super good with this guy. I do expect to lose, but this should be fun. This character, I think what I'm seeing is like the most overpowered way to play him is going for his secondary. That seemed to be the best, but I've actually had a lot of success going for Soul Strike with the explosion damage, because then you get overlapping damage, and that's been really, really good. And the explosion weapons get a lot of benefit from these converged blows, where you sort of get 5 shots for free. So I don't even want to know what this guy has. Basically, I'm playing the game as if this spiritual remnant doesn't exist, and had a lot of fun doing it. Bone Dragon looks like it would be fun. That Crimson Fire Sail is great, but actually Bone Dragon is surprisingly good early game. So very happy to take that. And, because we don't have this overpowered blessing to start with, we need to be a little bit more safe than maybe we normally would. This seems to be doing okay for right now. We'll take this, just to take it. I don't think I'll be using it. Should have a... So this is pretty cool, actually. Like, the whole point is that the Cudgel does more damage when enemies are grouped together. So the Bone Dragon actually works great here. And the whole point about Cudgel is that it's based off like the what is it called? Soul Strike. That's my Discord, not yours. Soul Strike is based. The Cudgel hit is actually based off of your weapon damage. So, weapons that have a high amount of base damage are going to be significantly improved. We'll take this for now. If my build is moving toward abusing it too much, then I might get rid of it. But no need to at the moment, at least. Not bad. All right, So Soul Strike damage looks pretty good. You know, there's a couple things I'm looking for. I don't think this is quite it. You know, +3 max shield up to 10 stacks for 8 seconds. I mean, I could see this being good, you know, like hit 3 enemies, you get 9 shield, right? That's, you know, not that much. Doesn't really scale up super well. It does. So this is also a damage reduction thing. So like this might actually be pretty good to take. It's kind of like your survivability. Lower than the max. Okay, so this like does more damage when you like single target and essence chain, and then this is just more soul strike damage. You know, it does get pretty dang high, doesn't it? The soul strike damage. I think we will take this. You know, I think it's important as if I'm trying to play a little bit more methodically because I'm actually being challenged by this particular way of playing the game. So I can't just kind of breeze through it anymore. So I am trying to play a little smarter here than maybe I normally would. Need to be a little cognizant of how many essence saps I'm using. Is that what it's, no, what is it called? Let's see here. Essence chain. But I am happy that I picked this this particular weapon up. It's doing what I'd like. Oh, 1 second, I've got a call. Okay, we're back. Just solving problems. That's how I do it. Okay. I was probably saying something, but I don't remember what it is. I know I need to be cognizant of how many essence chains I'm using. So now essence chain is falling off. Thorny Carapace, sure. I'll take it. Does this... nothing special here. I think I do want to take this. Well, actually, I need... Well... The problem is that Bone Dragon is... I need to, like, kind of plan to have a decay weapon and a piercing weapon, right? And those are the... That's the goal. That way I can fight both of the bosses that I'm likely to see. You know, in my runs with a Mysterious Joko, I have not seen the beetle very much at all, to be entirely frank. Right, and so the idea with the way I'm using Cudgel, the way I'm using Soul Strike, is I'm trying to group people up together so that all the hits, see that? I mean, that Soul Strike just absolutely wiped the entire room, which is pretty cool. And I don't have any extra damage from that, do I? No, I have literally no ascensions into it. You know, I haven't, so like critical chance. I think this crit chance uses whatever your weapon is, right? And so like if I'm using a Bone Dragon, you know, that's like a 15% chance to do 50% more damage, which doesn't seem very good. I can increase the amount of chains that I have, or I can make my chains... You know, this one seemed like... I kind of like this one because it's like a good 1-point wonder skill. Like, you can get more and it's good, but like, you know, your base essence chain goes from +2 weapon levels for 6 to +5 for 8, and that's a significant increase. 5 times 15 is 75, I think, more... 75% more base weapon damage, which is, you know, quite good. All right, happy to see this guy here. Tiger Cannon. This Tiger Cannon does look pretty good. Here, let's try him out. This is annoying to use. It is a lot of damage. And I'll probably end up taking this as well. This has piercing and, you know, maybe we can get something better than this. I don't... it'll remain for 4 seconds. That's actually not so bad, right? Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, all right, we've got some good stuff here. That's great. I'm gonna leave it just in case I need like a big heal. Kind of better to have it. Do I have magazine increase? And so I can have 2 shots. That's the big deal. And we've got Copycat Room, so I'm really fast. The fact that Copycat stacks right now is like it was already like the best in my opinion blessing, like non-hero specific blessing. Maybe not the best, but you know it was pretty dang close. And now it's like stratospherically strong. Yeah, this is working out great. The fact that this had the increased magazine is really making a big difference. Last wave. I don't think I want this. You know, I don't know if maybe the Cudgel crit build will work. I haven't like quite got it to work yet. But I could see how getting the crit chance up could make a big difference. Ouch. Be careful. Getting a little bit too ahead of myself here. The damage. Alright. Upgrade for 120 or change a rank. Nah, see, I like this green. I don't want to change the green, but I'll take a cheap weapon level. Actually, hold off just a second, just in case I like missed an upgrade here. Because if I've missed an upgrade, I'd want to upgrade this before. I want to upgrade it at the craftsman before I pay that very cheap amount to upgrade it. Because then the value that I'm getting out of that upgrade is out of that cheap upgrade from the evil chest is much higher. Dropping buns and soul essence. This is pretty good with like the particular weapon I'm using, but we have 2 refreshes here, so you know the main thing I want is like the prism is not quite a good enough damage for the rate of fire is pretty nice, but if I'm going to fight the elite spearman, I feel a lot better with this accuracy, stability, and reload time. Like look at that. I'm not even moving my mouse. Like that's just the amount of recoil it has. That's pretty sick. Okay, and this is quite good, but you know, I think this will be fine against the. Let's take this just in case, because the biggest issue that I have with the shield guy this early is running out of ammo with my Tiger Cannon. I think the Tiger Cannon does a good job. Ooh, that's good. Countering him because it kills the enemies that surround him as well. I'll go ahead and pay for some bracelets. And sure. Piercing and projectile speed, lightning blast. You know how if you know me, you know that this is highly rated. But doesn't quite fit the bill for what we're looking for. So, alas. And I think I had a reroll here. Let's just see. Yep. Nothing worth taking. Okay. I haven't noticed this being particularly strong, but I bet it could be. Essence chain base damage. You know, what do I have going on? Apologies for having to kind of check this so much, but let's try this. You know, I do think that if we're going for this particular type of build, I'm not being very flexible, but oh, okay. Oh gosh. Yeah, we'll take it. That's free. That's free real estate. That's what that is. Alright, that was a defensive enemy. Glad to see him die so easily. That is a good indication that my damage is pretty good. Oh gosh, that was a mistake on my part. So who are we fighting? Okay. Whew. Alright, so I think we've got him. I just don't have a good damage type for him when he's like out of shield. I mean, this thing did a great job. I think if I didn't have this particular weapon, I think I wouldn't have fought this guy. So one thing that I could have considered is waiting to refresh all these until after fighting. You know, that's something I should probably consider next time. Alright, luckily armor doesn't regenerate. So we're back at it. Golly. Alright, we'll go for it. I forgot the guy I'm fighting against has the little guy here has corrosion, and he slowed me. Let's see how far we can get. Let's see how far we can get. A little bit of a mistake there, not remembering that one of the grenadiers... Normally, I'm happy to leave the grenadiers and not kill them. That way more enemies don't spawn. But in this case, that didn't work out for me. 40% weapon skill, or the 25% fire damage, or this. Nothing's screaming, you know, a really powerful. Like, right now I'm using Essence Chain as a utility, so I don't know if this is really the way I want to go. Vindictive Nature looks okay. I think we'll just take the fire damage. The level of difficulty with this stuff without a starting blessing is very, very high, and really is punishing if you do not consider all of the possibilities. Yes, defensive person. Okay, so we've got an upgrade, and so the great thing about upgrades on this character is that they transition directly into damage for Cudgel. I really want to save some money, so I'm just going to buy one here, just a slight damage increase. But I do think it has the possibility of mattering. And so one thing I'm noticing here is, like, I kind of want to shoot twice and then use either my Cudgel, Soul Strike, excuse me. Oh, got another call. 1 second. Let's see if I managed to live here. Uh-oh. This is what happens when you answer a phone call in the middle of a very challenging little run here. Let's see if we can get out of this. Now, it looks like we managed to kill somebody somehow. Yeah, we're going to be fine. Okay, so the main thing that I was sort of recognizing is that I need to shoot kind of twice and then use an ability. It's kind of a general direction. Luckily, my damage is pretty good. Now, silly. Ouch. Really wish my Soul Strike was up. This like thing that reduces my Soul Strike cooldown, I mean, I really just don't see it, being super impactful, right? Okay, we made it. We lived. Answering my phone call did not kill me yet. We could still blame whatever, loss we have on answering that phone call. I mean, I don't want to rule that out, right? I've got ego to protect here. Okay, so we've got a challenge there. Let's take a look at what this evil chest is before I make any decisions. Okay. Now, one of the things, if I end up playing this game more, then, one of the things that I probably need to learn is the different buckets for rarity of scrolls, because it has changed significantly. And I would say almost exclusively for good. Let's go for a rare lightning shard. I'll take it. Now, one thing I wish is that, and I could be wrong about this, but it says immune to... Oh, you can walk in here now. I had a little oh shit moment there. Thinking like I was just going to drop. Interesting. Okay. Phantom Strike is, Phantom Mastery, Smash into Dust. It's quite good. A 200% Cudgel hit, even if it's just the first one, is very strong. But what I've noticed, and I'd have to be really, particular to make sure of this, but I think that when you have the AoE, because you're using a launcher while using Soul Strike, that if the AoE kills anything, then it maintains the next Cudgel damage. That's something I'd have to test a little bit more carefully, but that is the assumption that I'm working under. Now, I'm going to go look at what this challenge room is. If it is if it's the big hall stone room, I can't do it at all. Like, I would definitely need a starting blessing to take that on. But if it's the cave, I might be able to do it. Or this, I'd be able to do. He says right before he dies. Dude, Michael Jackson over here. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, gonna fight me now? Okay, I think we're doing okay. I think if I was taking very much aggro right now, like I'm just moving so slowly because of carrying around a tiger cannon. So what I'm trying to say is I'm really happy that I got this particular room. Elite Assassin has a chance to kind of boost everything. I think this, I could be wrong, but I think this Lucky Shot... No, I don't think this Lucky Shot affects my Cudgel hits. I mean, it's fine enough. 30% Lucky Shot is above average, and Lucky Shot's great on Tiger Cannon. But at least Elite Assassin is probably the most flexible one. It's early enough where we can kind of justify picking it. So let's try it out. And if you've never played R8 without a blessing, this level of contemplation is absolutely warranted. But hopefully, ooh, love to see that. We'll take that. This level of contemplation is quite useful. Now, I would love this bone dragon. Not good enough. Love it, love it. That's 2 Lucky Shots. Give it to me. That's awesome. I don't think I need that anymore. I'll keep this Tiger Cannon. So I did make a mistake here. I should have been able to full heal by getting... Oh, I did full heal because I have Gourmet. What I meant to say there was I planned that. I knew before I purchased that I had Gourmet. And then I was going to full heal. So actually it wasn't a mistake. Make sure to read these. When you keep dealing weapon damage or skill damage, it will decrease. So I just need to make sure to kind of cycle through all my stuff. And just to check the effect, so I'm just getting 500 base damage on my... Ooh. They don't usually spawn that. I've got a good little spot here. I no longer have a good little spot. Alright, we're good. Wow, that's actually pretty good against that particular thing. Got him. Okay, so now we are actually in a position where we can grab a blessing for the first time. And so, I mean, I personally have been really, love to see that, kind of really enjoying this particular way of playing. I could see Poisonous Ghost being okay. So when you use a sword, you get 80 lucky shot for only the first cudgel hit. So I don't know, that doesn't seem quite that good to me. This looks okay. I think I will take this. You know, this is all fun and games and stuff, but I think I may have to play really safe in this next area. So, love to see this. After killing an enemy, max shield and damage taken, lose stacks when shield breaks. This is right where I'd like to be. So I guess this guy does have some defensive tools. Between Strength Taker and Aura Protection, we're actually in a position where we can be pretty tanky. So that's good to know. You know, if you're tanky, if you can be tanky, you can beat the game. I mean, like, you don't need anything else like in your character kit. Albi is a good example of that. You can re-roll inscriptions. 3 times, and it costs no copper. You know, this actually, because we want some of these more like low tier weapons, the Supreme Craftsman actually kind of gives us an opportunity where like it could be like kind of good to go for this, because then all we need to find is like a 4, inscription Tiger Cannon or Shrieker, and just kind of re-roll it until we get what we want, right? Occult Booster is great. Ultimate Fire Harm, the problem with it is that it just doesn't work when it is like offered as a reward, right? It's only when it drops. Let's try this. I'm interested. I think it is interesting. And one of the things I'm noticing here, let me look at this. So Goshawk, I think that's how you say it, has a very high base damage and a very high crit multiplier, and might be one of the few ways that you can make this crit build work. There's a 40% chance that Cudgel causes a crit, and plus 60% total crit damage for Cudgel. So, I mean, I could see this doing quite a bit of damage. I mean, yeah, that did a lot of damage, right? And it applied elemental effects. So that could be something really strong. Get out of here. Okay. Take it. Playing really nice and slow right now. I don't have anything super powerful going on, so I need to just be kind of careful until I get something going. I think the biggest mistake that you can make in these more thoughtful, methodical runs is by overstating your welcome. I kind of like where this is at. The lucky shot stuff is in a good spot. It's so cool that I can re-roll stuff though. Like this here, I mean, like, you know, why not? Like that's better, right? Like that's so much better. This Crimson Fire scale just got so much better, and that was free. I mean, that's pretty good, right? If I etch, I should etch now before I enhance it. I do like the fire damage on it. And like, what's the like? I mean, it's kind of interesting, right? Like, let's do this. And now we can pop some enhancements in this, and let's go try it out. And now that if this actually kind of starts working, and it seemed like it was doing pretty good damage, you know, you can make the case that getting that crit hit on Cudgel is actually better than it looks, specifically with this kind of build. Okay, bud. Wow, look at that damage. Now what we're really looking for is the Soul Strike can hit the same target multiple times. Yeah, this damage is pretty good. I'm liking this. Okay, yes, hello. Yeah. Scoop. Yeah. Just watch my flanks here. Nice, not bad. Yeah, I know this isn't super exciting, but the level of tension here is pretty high on my end of the spectrum, which is maybe different than the way it seems as I'm playing. I just know exactly how easily I can die. You know, I'm really just sort of one mistake away. And I'm out of essence. Okay, I'll take that. Nice, look at that. I wonder what we're looking for at this point. I mean, the higher crit chance does seem good. It's unclear to me how good it is, though. Oh gosh, that does a lot of damage, doesn't it? Holy cow, that does a lot of damage. And I think that when I get the 5 levels from my essence chain, the base damage is going from 700 to 1000. And that is very respectable, considering this weapon has a lot more general use cases. Did I pick this up? Am I going crazy? I have no recollection of picking this. What would I have no recollection. Okay, all right. I have rock hard determination, and I haven't been very thoughtful about using that, so that's something I could be doing. Another thing that's interesting is that these rerolls, these rerolls are independent. Holy cow. And they work essentially, like, you don't have to reforge anymore. You can kind of reroll until your reforge works, right? So you can, like, if you're really just looking for a Gemini, then you're in an even better position. Huh. Interesting. So I think what I really want here is probably elemental share, and then I can share fire to something else. I do love having this lucky shot. I'll go ahead and enhance this. I think this is working. So let's don't, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it seems to be, which is interesting because we kind of want it broken, right? But you know what I mean. That is doing a lot of damage. Like way more than my weapon is doing. I mean, I'm not wrong, am I? That is doing a lot of damage. A little bit hard to see. It is doing way more than my weapon. That's pretty cool. Okay, so things are working out. This does not seem better than what we've got going on. Didn't really gain any power there. I think the main thing, I've got, so I'm sharing some elemental damage, so that's good to know. This might be something I need to drop here pretty soon if I get an elemental Gemini going on, because at that point, like, we'll just kill everything. I think the biggest thing that I need to do to play around is just this enhanced. I want to get this 80 damage, right? Alright, low on Essence Chain. Be careful. Back up to 4. I'm going to save this explosive barrel intentionally. Okay. Alright, tough. But we're making it through. The shielding is quite strong against me because I prefer to kind of stay back. But I seem to be like I'm doing okay on crits at least. And so one thing I just need to keep remembering is, like, I need to use my essence chain before I, waste of money there. Essence chain before I start shooting. Wait for good, sure. There's nothing wrong with taking that. Bloody drill is really just not what I'm looking for at all, The only thing I can think of, so I could get more crit with a crit Gemini, or I can go for the elemental route. I can't imagine that the elemental route, that the crit route is better, right? I just can't imagine. So I think this has got to be the way to go. Now I do think this Cudgel build can work. You can do like a hybrid essence damage Cudgel build if you go for a pistol, which is kind of interesting that it's like weapon specific. Converging flows would be the case if I wasn't loving this, crit build. So let's try turn into reality instead. If I was going to go for the same thing here but with explosions, then that is just the end all be all, the best possible ascension you could get. So All right, let's give it a shot. See, when I do my essence, that's like my damage gets crazy. I just gotta remember to keep doing that. See, not like very low damage comparatively. I'm like running really inefficiently. I kind of feel like my Cudgel can like crit and lucky shot at the same time. Yeah, see, it's when it's lucky shotting. Now I wonder if my lucky shot is just from my weapon, or if it is a aggregate of all the lucky shot my character has. I could see it being either one. Don't have a lot of money. You know, and rerolling is... I mean, I'd really prefer to keep this fire damage. I mean, I could... And this lucky shot, if that's affecting my Cudgel, you know, I actually want that. Like, the fact that I'm getting attack speed reduction is like, who cares? I think there are a couple ascensions that I am looking for, though. More ascension, more Cudgel damage, the crit Cudgel, and the hit more enemies Cudgel. I think all of those are going to be quite effective on me, because I need to hit more enemies. Whereas, like, with the explosion, like, once you reach a mass of, like, 4 or 5 people, the overlap just, like, insta-gives everyone. But in this case, I actually kind of need to individually hit a large amount. Okay, they're going to gain a speed bonus. Ow. Okay. Nice. Nothing better than watching someone die. 2. Golly, that's so cool. To the fire tick damage. I love watching people die to fire tick damage more than almost anything. You know, this is quite good, but not quite good enough. Problem is, we need that base damage. It's like so critical for Cudgel to work. Oh, what is that? Is that 180 or 1,800,000? Out of essence. Ooh, that was because of Thorny Carapace, which also spread to them. Classic elemental power being absolutely nuts. Give an occult scroll and gain 2 levels? Oh, please. I would love to. I think we might go ahead and get rid of elemental power. It's just a little too overpowered for what I'm looking to do. Obviously, if you're not looking for as difficult a challenge as I am, then, you know, don't do what I just did. And keep the broken scroll. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just playing to my particular tastes. My piquant tastes. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've got Lightless Shield. Yes, we'll do it again. I could see this becoming an issue in like later, and I love getting the reduction in purchase cost. Gourmet might go. Lightning Shard might go. Yeah, Lightning Shard seems the least useful. Nice, we've got a level 8 Goshawk here. You'll love to see it. Just gained 4 levels, so we went from... Ooh. So this is good because we have Gourmet. This is just extra lucky shot, you know. And at this point, we're already above 100%. So this is just 25% lucky shot. This is money, and it doesn't really synergize with us. So I think if we had more synergy with the money, I would take that one. Try to get this in a better spot. Oh. Okay, got it. I kind of got to wait him out, I think. Yeah. I don't know exactly what happened there, but... I love these challenges. These ones that force you to play in a way that doesn't fit your build. I mean, they are just so cool. And so hard. Lightless shield is doing work. Oh, God. Piece of shit. Oh, my God. Fuck you. Oh, I'm so mad. No. Okay, I need to get out of here. Okay. Just pull him over here. Yeah. Okay, just come over here, bud. Got him. Okay. Man, this is really messing with my game plan here. Oh, I think I accidentally switched weapons there when I didn't mean to. Woo! Alright, we did it. I think I'm still only on 1 life. So, we are hanging by a thread here. But we're doing pretty good. Reversed. So we got a higher chance to crit, This is kind of what we were talking about. So let's try it. I need to pay a little bit more attention to the amount of times that my Cudgel is actually critting. It's a little tough to tell these type of things in... I think I'm just sort of going on feel at this point. But, that's part of the fun, right? We're exploring. We don't expect to win yet. We don't know this character that well. An expectation to win just sets us up for failure and keeps us from learning. Alright. Oh yeah, you'll love to see that. 2 boars? Yes, please. Where did the angry man go? Look at all this. Okay, so we can get a legendary scroll. Upgrade by +3 is really nothing to scoff at, is it? That is 320,000. Okay, so it's pretty good. All right, this isn't so bad. Shield won't be interrupted. So I know, it's incidental damage. You can't. It's very hard to play around this damage, right? You just get it or don't get it. So this is free damage, right? So Would have loved to see like a high decay effect weapon. I do think we'll go ahead and do this. I think we just want more base damage. We got clumsy throw here. All right, so that is annoying, but nothing we can't handle. I could have swore I saw a dark-faced bandit at some point. I do not know where he went. Hello. So, I really just, don't want to rush here. I got nothing to prove. Ow. I know this is real slow. But they're just not super powerful. I bet he got insta-gibbed by a crit. A Cudgel crit. Dude, once I can hit these guys more than once, this is gonna get nutty. For reals, dude. I don't know if this is OP, but I mean, it's strong. It's stronger than I thought. The Goshawk is really what's cranking it up. Like, I've tried it with like another sniper, and it really just was like fine. And maybe it would still work, but the Goshawk is like the perfect weapon for this, right? I didn't think I was gonna make that. Alright, give me something good. That's fine. That's fine. 50% damage. We can take that. I think this only helps us, right? 50%. Obtain 1 curse score for every 3 mysterious chests you open. The 50% damage doesn't affect our base weapon damage, though. Obtain 1 curse score for every... No, I don't think so. A little too risky. I really like taking the cursed chests every time. And they're particularly useful for this particular build because they often have like a way to trade for weapon levels. So just waiting for Cudgel to be up and onward. Gosh, you'll love to see that. That is so fun. That just insta-killed him. Gosh. That is terrifying. Okay. Huh. It's cool that you can see it in here. Now the question is, when do we want to start re-rolling? When is it worth it? I think we go ahead and start. So let's enhance 3 times. Re-roll. Those don't really transfer to the Cudgel very well. They are very strong. All right. And the good thing is, like, we still have our high crit, so I don't think we're actually losing out on very much by trying for those, and I think we can get something a little bit better. I mean, it was good. Okay, I just need to play this nice and easy. Oof, I don't know how I'm not dead. How did those make it through the ceiling? There we go. Who knew that the fire damage was doing so much of my damage? Okay, alright. Let's just chill for a sec. Ooh, there we go. Whew, golly. Alright. Okay, so plus 1% for every 100 copper spent. This actually is pretty good for me. Basically, it's just free damage because I'm going to be spending almost all of my money. That Shrieker's awesome, by the way. This just works out great. Getting this free lucky shot chance seems super good. This doesn't seem useful. This doesn't seem useful. But this, 25% lucky shot every 3 seconds seems good. And this seems good too. Now, if we could spend some of our money, that would be great. Even if it's just on like a reroll for this, at least then we have like some utility out of what we've got. We could add a normal inscription. Or, now one of the things that's so interesting is that this normal if I understand correctly, the normal inscription is persistent on each specific weapon. So if you pick this and you like the normal inscription, you just keep it, and then that weapon keeps that normal inscription as you go. So let's try this, and let's see what we get. And so this makes our rerolls that much more interesting. Okay, so I'm going to take some time here to go all the way back and spend some money. And the reason is because any money I spend still gets converted to damage, and I'm going to lose up, anything I have above 500 just needs to get used. Otherwise, I'm actually losing out on some utility. So let's do this. And now, so like at least this is, this is better than, at least now we can get some kind of like maybe crit Gemini and use it temporarily. But we still don't have a Gemini quite put together. Would love to get that going. But we do have quite a bit of lucky shot. Alright, I think this is the boss? Yeah, okay. How do I feel about this guy? I know that he's been changed. So we've got this 4% damage. Okay. shield. Reinforced eggshell. Genesis is very good. Fire damage. Okay, anyway, we'll take Genesis. And we'll only take anything else if we really think it's great. Make sure I will buy this. This does not seem good. Okay, alright, and here we can do some rerolls. So, let's reroll. Now, this normal may not actually change. This added inscription may not get rerolled. Doesn't look like it is. Not what we're looking for. That's okay. The great thing is we have a lot more opportunities to reroll it. And all the money we're spending is going somewhere. Okay, so I need to kind of... Jeez. Oh, I don't know if that was really hitting me there. I don't know if that felt very good. But my build did not do nearly enough damage. And really, I think the main thing I was missing there was some movement speed. Did I have any movement speed? No. No movement speed. I think if I had even just like 10 or 20%, I think I would have been good there. Both of these weapons are quite slow too, so that's one thing to consider the next time I fight the Ichi on this particular difficulty, is that Crimson Fire Scale was fine in the sense that it was doing okay damage, but it would have been better to actually have like a sword. That way I can kind of dodge the beams and then wait for his weaker stage when his tail's out. And then I can start doing a lot more damage to him. So, if I had played a little bit more methodically, I think I could have done that. And I think I was offered a sword. I could be wrong, but it is at least on average likely that I would have been offered a sword at least at some point in that previous room. I had 2 rerolls, right? Well, anyway, that was really fun. I do challenge you to take a shot at playing Gunfire Reborn this way. I still haven't made up my mind as to whether or not I will come back. I'm also in a position right now where I don't have my desktop and I don't have access to it, so my options are a little bit limited. But I did have fun. I had fun this run, and hopefully you're enjoying the new patch and the new characters. I think that I really like the monkey here. Fire person seems a little bit straightforward, but I haven't played with her much, so I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Hope this was helpful, and see you later. Bye.